Hello there, and welcome to our lore and backstory class. Now, if you've been paying attention to what I've been doing on this Eccentric Academy channel, you'll know that I've been doing these world building videos for an up-and-coming animation. Now, in my previous video, I discussed the characters I want to draw inspiration from for my Mad Hatter character. In this video, I'm going to draw out that very Mad Hatter's backstory. So this version of Jefferson Strange the Mad Hatter, much like our last one, was born on a different plane and a different planet. He was born on the planet of Caldor, which orbited the entry point of the black hole known as Black Hole 12. Wormhole 12? That's impossible. Now, Jefferson was born to Jephitis and Mary Strange. Jefferson was a very happy kid, always capturing and chasing after the creatures that roamed Caldor and exploring the magnificent Caldorian forests. However, that all changed when Jefferson, like all Caldorians of his age, was sent in to be trained to be a Caldorian knight, a guardian of the entirety of the 9 realms, something Jefferson was quite upset about, as Jefferson was very pacifistic and didn't like the idea of taking lives. However, with that, Jefferson would go on to become a Caldorian knight. Now, Caldor was not the only planet that orbited the mouth of the black hole. There was also Luthador, which was home to the Rinthorn Dominion, big old rhino people hell-bent on conquering the known universe. Now, as the Caldorians favored themselves as guardians of the universe, this brought them into direct conflict with the Luthadorians. And eventually this conflict between the two races is what would start the Third Interdimensional War, which Jefferson, like all the Caldorian knights, would be wrapped into. Now, as Jefferson was forced to fight in this cosmic conflict, he would lose his happy demeanor, and he would begin to suffer mental breakdowns and anxiety attacks.
HATER!
Thank you!
But with that being said, Jefferson was known to be one of Caldor's greatest fighters, and it would be because of this that he would be chosen for an experimental weapon known as the Potential Ray. Jefferson was strapped into this enormous machine, which worked by tearing into the very fabric of reality and pulling in energy from all of Jefferson's possible futures and then launching it at his enemies like a cosmic energy camp. While Jefferson was inside the machine, powering it, it was as if he was experiencing all of his potential futures all at one time. And people would say this broke something inside of Jefferson.
I heard they were testing some sort of weapon on him, and that's what made him go mad.
Eventually, Jefferson had enough of what he was put through to power this cosmic energy camp, and the people that were dying because of him. Jefferson would eventually run away from the fight, living on his own where no one could ever find him. This is what saved Jefferson when Wormhole 12 was mysteriously closed and both Caldor and Luthador were destroyed, rendering the Luthadorians and the Caldorians extinct aside from Jefferson Strange. After the Interdimensional War ended, Jefferson would travel around the 9 realms, never getting too close to anyone, a fear that he might lose them, just like he did his entire race. However, eventually Jefferson would find himself in Wonderland. This is where he became known as the Mad Hatter, and eventually started a friendship with the March Hare and the Dormouse. It was through these friendships that Jefferson began to see the world with hope again, and that childlike passion for life and discovery would be reawakened inside of him. And that is the backstory of Jefferson Strange.